Understanding the global importance of English. English is more than just a means of communication. It is the thread that weaves together the fabric of our global society. It is spoken by over 1.5 billion people around the world and is the official language in 67 countries. But these numbers only tell part of the story. English is the language of international business, science, technology, and diplomacy. It is the language in which global leaders converse, agreements are forged, and innovative ideas are shared. Imagine walking into a room filled with people from different countries, each with their own language, culture, and background. How do you connect with them? How do you share your thoughts, learn from their experiences, or collaborate on a project? English becomes the common ground, the tool that allows for this exchange of ideas and experiences. For students and professionals alike, proficiency in English can be the difference between a limited scope of opportunities and a world of possibilities. It is often the medium of instruction in prestigious universities, the language in which groundbreaking research is published, and the primary mode of communication in multinational companies. Moreover, English is not just a professional asset, it is a cultural one as well. It gives you access to a vast world of literature, music, and cinema. Whether you're reading Shakespeare, listening to the Beatles, or watching a Hollywood film, English allows you to experience these cultural treasures in their original form, capturing the nuances that translations often miss. The importance of English extends to travel as well. No matter where you go, whether it's the bustling streets of Tokyo, the historic alleys of Rome, or the vibrant markets of Marrakesh, English is the language that helps you navigate, connect with locals, and make the most of your travels. It is the language that helps you bridge cultural divides and make lasting memories. In short, English is a global language that offers innumerable advantages. It empowers you to connect with people, access knowledge, and unlock doors to opportunities that you may never have imagined. English at home. A comprehensive guide to learning English at home without the aid of formal classes, apps, or websites is entirely possible, and it can be a rewarding journey if approached with the right mindset and methods. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you achieve fluency in English, all from the comfort of your own home. 1. Lay a strong foundation. The basics. Every structure needs a solid foundation, and in language learning, this foundation is built by mastering the basics. Start with the English alphabet and the phonetic sounds associated with each letter. This might seem elementary, but it's crucial to understanding how letters combine to form sounds, and how those sounds create words, the first step toward fluency. Pronunciation drills. Spend time each day practicing the sounds of the letters, focusing on those that may not exist in your native language. For instance, the TH sound in English is often challenging for non-native speakers, but with consistent practice, you can master it. Basic vocabulary. Begin by learning simple words, words that describe your environment, daily activities, and basic needs. Start with nouns like book, door, food, and progress to action words, verbs like run, eat, speak. Pair these with adjectives to start creating descriptive sentences. Simple sentences. Once you've built a basic vocabulary, start forming simple sentences. For example, I eat food can evolve to I eat delicious food. This gradual progression from words to sentences helps solidify your understanding. 2. Immerse yourself in English. To truly learn a language, you must surround yourself with it. Immersion doesn't mean you have to be in an English-speaking country. You can create an English environment right at home. Label your environment. Label objects around your home with their English names. For example, put a label on your refrigerator that says fridge, or on your television that says TV. Every time you interact with these objects, repeat the English word. Over time, these words will become second nature. Daily routines in English. Narrate your daily activities in English. As you brush your teeth, think, I am brushing my teeth. When you cook, say, I'm chopping vegetables for dinner. This helps you think in English, a crucial step toward fluency. English Corner. Dedicate a corner of your home where only English is allowed. When you're in this space, speak, write, and think in English. This mental association reinforces your learning. 3. Practice speaking. Break the silence. Speaking is often the most challenging part of learning a new language, but it's also the most important. Mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror and speak to your reflection. Practice pronunciation, facial expressions, and body language. Ask yourself questions and answer them as you would in a real conversation. Describe your surroundings. Look around and describe what you see. For example, there is a sofa next to the window. The curtains are blue. I see a book on the table. Role-playing scenarios. Create imaginary situations like ordering food at a restaurant, introducing yourself at a party, or asking for directions. Speak out loud and imagine the responses. 4. Reading and writing. Building comprehension and expression. Reading and writing help you understand how English is structured and allow you to express your thoughts clearly. Start with simple texts. Begin with children's books or short stories. Pay attention to sentence structure, verb tenses, and how ideas connect. Read aloud. Reading aloud improves pronunciation and fluency. Choose a short paragraph and read it several times. Keep a journal. Write daily about your thoughts or experiences. Start simple, and gradually your writing will become more complex. Consistency, the pillar of success. Consistency is the key to learning any skill. The journey to fluency is a marathon, not a sprint. English time. Set aside a fixed time daily for English practice. Micro-learning. Learn in small moments while brushing your teeth, commuting, or cooking. Track your progress. Record new words, sentences, and milestones. Seeing your progress keeps you motivated. Building motivation. Staying motivated is essential when learning a language. Set clear goals. For example, I want to introduce myself in English within a month. Celebrate milestones. Reward yourself for progress, no matter how small. Positive affirmations. Start your day with affirmations like, I am improving my English every day. Advanced techniques for mastery. Once you have a solid foundation and are comfortable with everyday English, it's time to take your learning to the next level. Advanced reading materials. Start reading more complex materials, such as newspapers, novels, and academic articles. These will introduce you to more sophisticated vocabulary, varied sentence structures, and idiomatic expressions. Practice with native speakers. If possible, engage in conversations with native English speakers. This will help you refine your accent, understand cultural nuances, and improve your fluency. English is more than just a tool for communication. It's the language that shapes our modern world. Whether it's business, science, technology, or culture, English serves as the foundation of global interaction. In today's interconnected society, the ability to speak English is no longer just an advantage, it's a necessity. It's the language of international diplomacy, the standard for global business transactions, and the medium through which groundbreaking research is shared. Imagine a world without the ability to communicate in English. business deals would falter, international relationships would weaken, and the sharing of knowledge would be hindered. English is the common thread that weaves through diverse cultures, allowing us to share ideas, collaborate on global issues, and build connections that transcend borders. For individuals, learning English opens up a world of possibilities. It provides access to higher education, better job opportunities, and the ability to engage with a vast array of cultural and intellectual resources. English is the language of innovation, the language that drives progress in every field. By mastering English, you equip yourself with the ability to participate in the global conversation, to contribute to the world in ways that were once unimaginable. Comprehensive Guide to Learning English at Home. Start with the foundations, phonetics and sounds. Begin by immersing yourself in the sounds of the English language. Listen carefully to how words are pronounced, focusing on the subtleties of vowels and consonants. Pay attention to the rhythm and intonation of spoken English, which can differ significantly from your native language. Practice by mimicking native speakers and recording yourself to compare and improve. Basic grammar. A solid understanding of basic grammar is essential. Learn the fundamental rules of sentence structure, including the use of subject, verb, and object. Start with simple tenses like the present simple and past simple before gradually moving on to more complex grammatical forms. Understanding grammar will help you construct sentences accurately, making your communication clear and effective. Expanding your vocabulary. Themed word lists. Organize your vocabulary learning by themes. For instance, you could focus on words related to food one week, then shift to travel, and then to emotions. This method helps you group words together in a meaningful context, making them easier to remember and use. Active vocabulary use. Don't just learn new words, use them. Try to incorporate at least 3 new words into your conversations or writing every day. For example, if you learn the word ambitious, you might say, "I have an ambitious plan to improve my English skills." Synonyms and antonyms. Enhance your vocabulary by learning synonyms, words with similar meanings, and antonyms, words with opposite meanings. This will help you express yourself more precisely and avoid repetition. For instance, instead of always saying good, you could use excellent, superb, or fantastic, depending on the context. Developing speaking skills. Shadowing technique. This technique involves listening to a native speaker and trying to mimic their speech in real time. It's an excellent way to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency. Choose a short audio clip, such as a news segment or a dialogue from a movie, and repeat it out loud, trying to match the speaker's tone and speed. Role-playing scenarios. Create different scenarios in which you might need to use English, such as ordering food at a restaurant, asking for directions, or attending a job interview. Practice these scenarios by speaking out loud, either by yourself or with a partner. This builds confidence and prepares you for real-life situations. Monologues and storytelling. Another effective way to practice speaking is by creating short monologues or telling stories. Choose a topic you're passionate about and speak about it for a few minutes. Record yourself, then listen back to identify areas for improvement. Storytelling helps you practice varied sentence structures and tenses. Listening and comprehension. Daily listening practice. Expose yourself to as much English as possible. Listen to English conversations, speeches, or audiobooks daily. Start with content that matches your current level and gradually challenge yourself. Focus on understanding the main ideas first, then pay attention to specific details. Dictation exercises. Practice your listening skills through dictation. Listen to a short passage, pause, and write down what you hear. This improves listening accuracy and spelling. Afterward, compare your writing with the original text to identify mistakes. Identifying key phrases. When listening to English, try to identify commonly used phrases. These are often idiomatic expressions or collocations, words that frequently go together. Using them will make your speech sound more natural. Immersing yourself in English. Creating an English environment. Transform your home into an English-speaking environment. Surround yourself with English materials, such as books, newspapers, and posters. Change the language settings on your devices to English. The goal is constant exposure. Thinking in English. Challenge yourself to think in English instead of translating. Start with simple daily tasks like planning your day or deciding what to eat. Writing in English. Write in English every day. Journals, short stories, or essays. Writing reinforces vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure. Over time, your ability to express complex ideas will improve significantly. Achieving consistency and discipline. Building a routine. Consistency is the cornerstone of language learning. Dedicate a specific amount of time each day, whether 30 minutes or 2 hours. Stick to your schedule. Regular practice leads to improvement. Using a learning log. Keep a learning log to track progress. Write down new vocabulary, grammar rules, and pronunciation tips. Reviewing it regularly reinforces learning and highlights weak areas. Setting achievable milestones. Set clear goals, such as holding a 5-minute conversation in English or reading an entire English book within a year. Milestones provide motivation and a sense of achievement. Motivation and mindset. Positive reinforcement. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. Use new words in sentences and acknowledge your improvement. Positive reinforcement keeps you motivated. Overcoming fear of mistakes. Embrace mistakes as part of learning. Each error is an opportunity to improve. The more you practice, the fewer mistakes you'll make. Maintaining long-term focus. Learning English is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay focused on your long-term goals, even when progress feels slow. Remind yourself why you're learning English, for career growth, personal development, or connecting with people around the world.